Have you ever wondered what you could have possibly done wrong after you just got funded, made over $6,000 in 3 days, got a payout, received the payout in your bank account, and then a week later, you lose the account? Well, this is exactly what happened to me. And obviously, in that moment, I questioned, what could I have possibly done wrong? Because on paper, I did everything right, everything that I could control. I played by the rules. I won according to my system. I did not violate anything, neither did I overlook my guidelines. Everything I set in place, which I call black and white, so my system's called, I call it black and white, I applied. I stayed up the charts when I needed to. I did everything. So how did I go from getting funded, my system working out flawlessly, making over $6,000 in 3 days, and then just downhill from that? When you're a kingdom trader, there is so much God works in you through the process. Things that you don't even know exist. I'm not talking about external things. I'm talking about things that are happening internally. And in the process of the circumstances, the setbacks happening, we don't see what we're learning from it. But after it's all said and done, and we look back, we see why that happened. This was one of the moments where I learned something so powerful that completely changed my approach to trading. It completely changed my approach to life and has helped me become a better trader. And today I am glad that you are watching this video, because this could save you so much time, so much pain, so much questioning, so much guessing and checking. Hopefully by the end of this video, you have some clarity. You see, after I lost my account, I was really confused. I was so confused. I did not see it coming, especially how it went down. It was just a streak of losses. I'm going to say this. Let it sink in, and then we'll talk about it. When your identity is not rooted in God, you look to external things to give you identity. What do I mean by that? Until I lost the account, I did not know that I was rooting my self-worth, my capabilities, my identity in results. And so that was exposed when I made my first major profit. Because after going 3.5 years of no profit, consistent straight loss, I'm talking about straight wilderness, and finally having a taste of what it feels for your work to pay off, there is this sense of, I finally, like, it clicked. But when you're not rooted before this moment happens, you end up tying your validation to the outcome. There is something that God spoke to me on May 7th, literally a couple weeks after I lost my account. Your identity is powerful. Walk in it and do not depart from it. Now, this is the important part. Never look at anything to define you. Look to me, because it's easier to look at good things happening in our lives and use that to define us. And when the good things are not there no more, there is nothing to define us, because we never took our definition from God in the first place. I finally felt like a trader. I finally felt like a trader. Like, I can say I'm a trader because what? I made profit. I can say I'm a trader. Why? Because I passed my funded accounts. I can say that I'm a trader. Why? Because I got payout proof. So all these things were just validating something that was kind of missing in me. Something that I was not aware that I had to place it in God instead of my outcomes. And you see, when you're rooted in a shaky foundation, it will eventually come crumbling down. Whatever is underneath will be exposed. And that is exactly what happened. That caused me to lose my funded account. Because God exposed the fact that I was looking to results to validate who I am. If you have not made your first major profit from trading, drill this in your brain, in your subconscious, that who you are is not because of some good outcomes or some bad circumstances. Who you are is because of who God is. So regardless of whatever happens around you, regardless of what happens, whether you lose your accounts or you lose trades in a row, or you just can't find what's working for you, whatever confusion, rut, emotional distress you're in, when you look to those things to say, this is my circumstance right now, well, this got to be who I am. I'm never going to figure it out. I'm never going to make it. I mean, I live and breathe it every day. There's no progress. You start to live by that identity. And that is exactly what the devil wants you to do. He wants you to fixate on your circumstances to define who you are, when God already gave you a definition of who you are from the beginning. In the first book of Genesis, God says, let us make man in our own image and likeness. This is why so many people lose themselves when they make it so big. Their skill set got them up there, but their lack of identity brought them back down. It was necessary for me to lose that account, because if I did not lose that account, that lie that was hiding underneath all of the profit would have kept me from being the person God called me to be. This is bigger than trading. This is about who you are. Your confidence should never come from without. It should always come from within. The Bible says, before I formed you in your mother's womb, I knew you. So as you reach in the end of this video, I want you to ask yourself, what am I tying my self-worth to? Am I tying my self-worth to my outcomes? Do I feel more of a trader when I win a trade? Or do I feel less of a trader when I lose a trade? If you're going like this, there is something wrong, because you are not grounded. You're just going with the flow. You let outcomes decide your identity. But if you're planted in the truth, made in the image of God, that means no matter the circumstances, whatever you set your mind to do, it has to succeed, because it's God who's working everything together for your good. In order to walk in purpose and be fruitful in it, you need to be planted in a soil that bears fruit. So if you've been showing up in the charts, but deep down, you're feeling tired and worn out and confused and not knowing exactly what's going on, I get it. And that is why I started the Kingdom Traders Zoom call. Because most traders don't need another setup. All they really need is clarity. Clarity on who they are, clarity on why they're second guessing, clarity on the lies they've been believing about themselves, the ones that make them feel like they're not enough and they always have to chase something to get some value. That is what we need clarity on. So every Friday night, starting from July 18th, we talk mindset, the pressure we go through, identity, and what God is actually saying through all of this. So if you're done carrying the weight alone, the link is in the description. My name is JHR, and this is Trading with JHR. Remember this, do not live a life by default when Christ has given you the power to live one by design. Live life.